This is Friday Noon Yoga, which is based on who shows up and the needs of the few people in class. So if we had bigger classes, I would say, all right, we're doing what I planned. Because our classes are smaller, I take a look and go, all right, what's the energetic sense of the room? Catherine, how are you doing? Oh, wonderful. It's just a gorgeous day, which helps to just lift the mood a little bit. So for some, it's the first time in the studio in a while. So we'll take it in a good, slowish fashion today. So seated, this is how we will start. In a comfortable seated pose, just simply on your mat in this space, and taking this moment to check in. Take in some deep breaths in and out through the nose. And as we get going, we'll build a little bit more heat, and the heat will turn on a few degrees warmer. We can start this heat building process by checking in and tuning in to a little deeper breath with a slight constriction in the back of the throat, in and out through the nose. Find an audible exhale where you can hear that exhale like an ocean wave. And as we sit here doing our little check-in, sit taller. Lifting through the crown of the head, softening the shoulders. Allowing yourself this time together to become connected, not just to each other as we gather for yoga practice, but connecting to yourself, connecting to what is in this moment, connecting deeper with each breath. A time to let go or set aside the rest of the world for these next few minutes as we focus on ourselves. And as you exhale this next time, simply draw the chin down to your chest and rock your head side to side, right ear to right shoulder or opposite. And then make a half circle, left ear to left shoulder or opposite. And keep going back and forth. You can add even full circles if it feels nice and it's okay on your neck. Then bring your head back out to the center, just floating just above the rest of the body. Hands can be on the knees. Take a big shoulder roll. The shoulders go up, back, and down. You can start to open the eyes, gather a little more energy, and do one more big shoulder roll up to the ears, down and around. Then reaching up with those arms, hold it here. Shoulders stay soft. We reach up a little higher. And then bend the elbows, palms face the front, bend the elbows and pull back as you exhale, little arch in the back. Then reach forward and round the back, pulling the belly in, chest in, big round back. And then again, like you're pulling back two bow and arrows, both of them pulling back. Elbows pull back, reach back, hands reach back. Now swim it forward again, exhale. Inhale, pull the elbows back, bent elbows. Open the arms. And do it again, coming forward. If you lost the breath, that's okay. Just make sure that you're continuing to breathe through this process. One more time, open. Reach back, then place the fingertips on the ground behind you. Roll the shoulders back, look up. Okay, then let go of that sitting tall and taking the hands back next to your sides. Reach up, palms face each other again. A little higher, shoulders a little softer. Right hand comes down next to your side. Left arm extends for the side bend. So walk those fingertips on the ground out to the side, look up. Bend the top elbow, press it back, and feel the side bend, core strength activating. And lifting back up, take an inhale, reach up. Before our fingertips get too tingly, exhale, other side. Left fingertips walk out to the side, right arm across. Bend the elbow, top elbow, press it back, look up. And back to the center, reach up. And then take it forward, hands to the ground, walk your hands forward. You might take the elbows down. You may just keep the hands on the ground. Work a little into the hips, so you feel that. One side a little more than the other. We'll switch sides next. And our goal through this practice is to maintain a nice fluid breath. So regardless of the pose that you do or pose that you're in, staying with that deep inhale, slow exhale. It might even help to count as you breathe to 4, 5, or 6. Trying to keep equal duration from inhale to exhale. All right, walk the hands back up to the top. We'll switch the crossing of the legs. Maybe give it a little wiggle in there. Feels more awkward than the other side. And reach the hands up again. Palms face each other. Reach, look up. Becoming more open for the day. Do one more inhale. And then we twist. Pick a side, one hand to your knee, other hand at the base of your spine, pressing into the floor. We'll hold this twist as you look back past that back shoulder. Your gaze is at eye level. So stay lifted, tendencies to look down. Each exhale a little deeper. The inhale sits you taller. Let's switch sides. From here, reach up. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, twist to the other side. Press into that backhand, sit taller, look back. Right, and releasing this one, sit up tall, reach up. Crawl the hands forward, reach forward, walk it forward. Try to keep the sit bones down so the abs drawn in. Yeah. So maybe not as deep as that first side. We always have a little unevenness just based on life activities, our strong side or weak side, or any injuries even can cause that. So meet yourself in the place that you're on each side as its own. And then shift all the way forward, rolling onto the hands and the knees. And you'll put a little bit of weight on the hands just to feel what that's like. Notice the wrists, hands, weights. So if we haven't been practicing a whole lot of weight on the hands, you may find yourself a little bit more sore in the wrists just as time goes on, but we'll build it back up and feel better. So just notice that. Press the fingertips into the ground. Really, you can even see the whites of the knuckles as you do that. Turn the elbows to face the back of the room or try to hug them inward. And press into the hands, arch the back, look up. This time a kneeling 4-point base cat and cow. Round the back, look down. Hug the belly in. Do that a few more times. Simple cat and cow. A posterior and anterior tilt of the midsection, the torso, the pelvis. And then bring it back to just a neutral position so that we may walk the hands forward, melt the heart down, puppy pose or melting heart pose. We're going to melt the heart, chin down, look forward. Keep your hips above the knees. As you start to open in the front of the chest, releasing any tension as your shoulders soften and draw together. And you can place the forehead down, that's fine too. You're still feeling it in the chest and shoulders. And then shifting out of it, come forward. Walk the hands back, not all the way back under the shoulders, just in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees and send the hips up and back to our downward facing dog. Bend one knee at a time, pedaling the feet and feeling the sensation that happens in this down dog. The hamstring stretch, the upper body strength, the calves, the loose and heavy head. You can take a little bit more movement here at any time coming down to the knees for any of these movements. Take that right leg and lift it, and just anything that happens, maybe it's a bent knee or you just simply lift and rotate the ankle. Hip circles are nice too, but I'm giving you a little freedom here to say, all right, right leg, what feels nice to do? Place the right foot down, do the same thing with the other leg. Lift the left leg, open, rotate. And place the foot back down. Good, walk both feet to the top of the mat, feet just behind the hands, forward fold, get a little deeper, grab the elbows, lengthen the neck, and sway. So this is coming to the conclusion of our initial warm-up for our practice or our centering. We'll start to build a little bit more heat with a few standing poses. For now, release, relax, coming down. And then let go of the hands, take them to the ground. Bend the knees and roll yourself up or walk the hands up the legs until you find that standing pose. Long sleeves is not a good choice. Not when I turned the heat up. I'll just turn this down 1 degree. There we go. Okay, standing. Mountain pose. Feet can stay about hip distance apart. Palms forward. Good, shoulders back. Reach up, inhale. And the hands come down to your heart, palms together. Let's do that again, hands come down. Big circle of the arms, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Hands to heart. One more time, reach up. And then down through the center into a forward fold. Hands draw a line down the middle of the body, hinge forward at the hips, and take your time to get down into that fold. We'll do a half sun salutation. Place the hands on the shins, press into them as you lengthen the back, crown of the head forward. Exhale into your forward fold. Bend the knees and we'll rise up by opening those arms, look forward and reach up. Hands connect, we'll do it again. Exhale, lower down all the way. Breath and meditation and movement. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold low, belly to the thighs, chest to the knees, head towards the floor. Inhale, bend the knees and rise up, open the arms, look forward. One more time, hands draw that straight line. Lower down. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Then rise up, last one in this half salutation. Hands to your heart. Pause. Good, now reach up. Instead of that, hands through the heart. Open the arms wide, dive down, squeeze the shoulders together into your forward fold. And releasing the head at the bottom. Half lift again, inhale. Step your left foot back into a lunge. Take the back knee down as you lengthen the back leg, flatten the foot. Good. If it's a bit of too much weight on the back knee, you can keep the knee lifted. I know we're not using blankets or many props right now, or you can use a sweatshirt or sock or something underneath the knee. And we rise up, reach up. Good, we're doing a motion that involves a little bit of balance, mobility, coordination. So this low lunge, reaching back, inhale, well, kneeling, low lunge. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hands come down to half splits. And those are our two poses. We're going to try that 2 or 3 more times. Shift forward, bend that front knee, reach up. Exhale, shift back. Straight front leg. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it back. And one more time, reach. And we'll hold in our half splits. Hands come down, both sides of that front leg. Pulling the toes back towards the knees. Send the heart forward and lean forward. Nose towards the toes. Good, shift it forward. Hands in line with that front foot, bending the knee. Back knee can be on the ground. In fact, take that right hand on the inside of the foot. To make it easy, step that front foot back to meet in modified plank pose on the knees. Here we go. And we'll give some time for all of these transitions so we're not moving super fast today. Elbows hug in, let's lower all the way to the ground. Bend the elbows, scrape the sides of the rib cage, lower down. Hands next to your shoulders, a little cobra pose. Lift the heart, shoulders roll back, maybe hands lift or press gently. Lower back down. Press into the hands and the knees. Lift up through that tabletop position, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Good, a good place to take a couple breaths. I know we'll do that second side in a moment. And then walk both feet forward, maybe multiple steps to get there, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, open those arms, reach up. Connect at the top, then diving down, open the arms, forward fold, second side. Half lift, inhale. Step the right foot back this time into your lunge, placing the knee down. That was a great option for the folded mat too, if it's a bit much on the knees. Flatten that back foot. Lift up, reach up. Awesome, so we feel a little stretch on the back hip flexor and strength building in the front leg. Shoulders, nice and soft. Another deep breath, reach up, reach back. Exhale as you shift forward, straightening the leg. Take a long, slow exhale as you do this. Pulling the toes back. Back and forth a few times. Again, it doesn't have to be at my pace, but at a pace for you. Connected with the breath or not, just make sure that we're breathing deeply. And we've got one more. And we'll hold in the half splits. I feel like I smell somebody's lunch. Maybe is there a microwave in the back? Not a bad thing, just kind of hungry. Shifting that forward. Walk the hands so they're in line with the front foot. Back stays down. Left hand on the inside of the foot. That's easier or a nicer transition to heel toe the foot aside, and then knee meets the other knee. Kneeling plank. Shifting forward the shoulders or over the wrists or the fingertips. The elbows in as you bend them, lower down. Maybe a bigger cobra here. Lift and inhale. Exhale back down, belly and chest support. Knees, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. See if we can get a little lighter in the toes or heels towards the floor. And then walk the feet forward, top of the mats. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising tall, look forward, bend the knees, arms out, rise up. And we'll bring the hands down. So now, crowd favorite, balance poses. So we're gonna get into just simply tree pose. Balance is something that is not very great nowadays. So if you want to be on the wood floor, use the wall, we can always do that. Just expect a little bit of shaky wobbliness. So ground down through, let's go the right foot. Right foot down. Left foot, a little extend, our T. And your left heel or ankle or foot will walk up the ankle to the shin, to the side, avoiding the knee, maybe up into the thigh, up to you. Find a single unmoving point to focus. And we can reach the arms up or out to the side for our tree pose. Press equally thigh to foot or calf to foot. Just going to give it a little time without me talking so much, so we can focus and feel. Abs in, rooted, grounded through the toes, the heel, bottom foot. And then that left knee, the knee that's bent, bring it in towards the front. Hands come down, hug the knee up towards your shoulder. Hug, flex the foot, so you're drawing the toes up. And we're going to add a transition from here, continuing a little balance segment. So knee stays up, use the strength of the leg to keep it up, open the arms out to the side. From here, stepping back into a lunge. So you take your time with it, you can bend that front knee a little bit. Back, that left foot slowly journeys back. Maybe a couple toe taps to get there. So it's you're able, hopefully, to pause at any moment that you're happening in this transition. So then when that toe touches the ground, reach for it back there, then lift up, reaching the hands up. Back heel stays lifted, and similar to our half splits to low lunge when we're kneeling, straighten the legs, hands come down to the thigh, exhale. Balance. More standing poses are always a little bit of balance work. Inhale as you bend the knee, reach up, straight to back leg. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, straight leg, a variation of pyramid pose. Again, reach up. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Now send the right hand forward, left hand back, back heel spins down for warrior 2. And if you have to adjust on your mat, go ahead and do that. Open those arms, look towards the front fingertips, and bend into that front knee. What's a yoga class without a good old warrior 2? And probably gentle yoga or yin yoga. Oh, by the way, Catherine's going to be teaching yin yoga, so come to her class. Tuesdays at 6. Flip the front palm. Reverse warrior, reach straight up as a backhand slides down the back leg. And then from the bent knee variation, straighten that front leg, but keep reaching up. Maybe a little farther back. Feel that side stretch on the right side. Back to warrior two. Lift the arms up, bending into that front knee. Take the elbow to your thigh, top hand reaches up. So just a little the opposite of what we just did. Extend that top arm for side angle, palm facing down. Look up, keep breathing, steady breath. Good, rising back up, warrior two. We're gonna try to come out of this the same way we got into it. So the back hands down and around, lift the back heel, reach up. Okay, good. Up. Lean forward, hands go down, bend the back knee, lift up. Warrior three, just a quick one. Then rise up, lift that left knee with you, and lower down. Side number one, complete. So pretend like you don't know what's coming up on the next side. We will do the other side, just repeating that process. So a little shakeout if you, of the ankles, legs, wrists, toes. Left foot down. Right toes make a T, or right leg makes a T. Foot comes and crawls up the side of the leg, avoiding the knee, not a joint meant to go left and right, or twists. And we get to reach as an option. How about close the eyes? There's that. Not the easiest. Keep drawing that bent knee back so you're working the glutes. Helps to stabilize too. Tree pose, strong and powerful. Nothing will knock us down, not today. The arms go out to the side. Let's take that knee in, bent knee in, hug the knee, use your hands. So less strength of the legs right now, just more hugging the knee, flexing the foot. Can we get a little higher? There you go. Oh, that bottom ankle. Definitely feeling it. Open those arms, your leg might lower a little bit. And that slow step back into a lunge. Take your time to get there. Do what you need. Shake out the toes. And before you step back, make sure you're reaching in those toes. Finding that step back into a lunge. Reach up. Ooh, there you go. So feet about hip distance. Helps with balance. Like you're on railroad tracks. Inhale, catch that inhale, reach higher. Straighten that front leg, exhale, lean forward. And then 2 more times after that. Bend the knee, reach up. Exhale, hands on the thigh. Crown of the head forward. Inhale, bend the knee, reach up. Exhale, let's take it down. And last time up to your lunge. Back heel spins down. We open to warrior two, other side. You may have to heel toe the feet a little straighter in a line, front heel, back arch, so adjust for the warrior stance. Let's see if we can spread the feet a little wider and get deeper. I think my warrior two is supposed to be way down here. Oh, if I wanted to challenge myself a lot, sure. But I'm just here just to show up. You know, that's the best part. It's okay to not have to be 110% into each pose. We can just be present in the pose we are. So it's adjustable, always. More intensity is stepping the back foot farther. Less, stepping in closer. Both ways. Neither is right or wrong. It's just a way. Flip that front palm. Reverse warrior. Hopefully by now feeling a little strength being built, especially in that front leg. Squeeze those heels together. Reach higher. Straighten that front leg, releasing the glute a little in that front side. Reach higher or maybe farther back for that side bend. Back arm, back hand, still soft down the back leg. Good, lift it back up, rise, bending that front knee. Elbow back to your thigh or elbow to your thigh, the opposite side angle. Top arm reaches and extends. Hips stay in line with the two heels. Good, and back to warrior two. Rise up. Okay, coming out of this, same way we came into it. Back to first that low lunge, or high lunge, my bad. Back hand comes down and around, pick up the back heel, adjust the feet, adjusting the stance. Hands come down, bend the back knee. Both knees rise up, a quick little warrior three. Not too high. And then stand up, lifting the knee with you, like a little puppet. Lift and lower down. I'm gonna give that leg a couple few shakes. What I got? Nice work. Okay, we're coming back downward towards this way. So from the top of the mat, reach those arms up. Exhale, open the arms, forward fold. And lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands down and just step both feet back into a plank pose. And you can choose this time if you want to take the knees down like we've done before, or keep them lifted for a full chaturanga variation. So shifting forward on the toes or taking those knees lower either to your belly or maybe halfway down. Elbows hug in, lots of strength. Up dog or cobra pose, you could choose. And then downward dog, lift up and back. So one of our favorite poses coming up next, at least it is for me, it's called pigeon pose. So you're gonna take that right knee forward towards the right elbow, turn the shin and foot across the mat and place the leg down. Extend the back leg, of course. Great variation coming up is that's on your back or sitting. So just to show a quick variation, you've got the back or sitting variation. Depends, it's really about the knees. So if the knees feel okay, staying in this kneeling version, and then crawling it down to feel a little more as you rest over that front leg. Also, please know that blocks are available to borrow. You can use the blocks. No other props though. So we get to hold here joyfully, taking some deep breaths into these tight hips. And maybe we shouldn't label them as tight or loose or whatever. They're just our hips and they do what they do. But as we continue to practice breath, yoga, mindfulness, meditation, movement, you get a sense of where we are each day. Today different than tomorrow, different than last year. So you are welcome to stay folded forward in this more relaxed version of this pigeon pose. Or for a little more energy or openness, we lift up and add the back bend element, which would be walking the hands back and holding, squeezing the shoulders. Optional to maybe reach for the back ankle, feeling that stretch in the back quad. Catherine, can you get your knee a little farther to the front knee? Yeah. Yeah, instead of in the middle, just bring it out to the side. It's gonna, you feel a lot more. If not, that's okay. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna feel a little tighter. Okay, let go of the foot or let go of that back bend and come back down for a moment. Just a deep breath. And walk those hands back up under the shoulders, tuck the back toes under. Use that core strength to help you step back, giving your right leg a little shake out. Oops. Hitting an altar up here. Shake it out, maybe bend that knee again, external rotation. Same what we did in the closer to the beginning of practice where you take some movement, that just feels good. Then place the foot down. Let's just switch sides, keeping that simple. So the left knee goes to the left elbow. Keep it in line with the shoulder. Take the foot across the mat at a diagonal. Shin comes down, knee comes down. Extend the back leg. Or switch sides. Okay, deep breath in. And then crawling forward, taking it down onto your mat. If you can, get your forehead down towards the floor or stack your fists and make a little prop with your hands. It can help to alleviate some of that tension with the forehead down. And anytime we come to a holding pose, this is a great time to really reconnect with your breath and come back to the inhale, the exhale, and what that feels like to take a deeper breath. If it helps your mind from wandering, it's okay to count your breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10, counting down. Or again, counting the pace of your breath can help too. Hey, you're welcome to stay lower down on this side or trying for that more back bend, open variation. The hands will walk back. Shoulders will squeeze together. Trying to get that right hip, that long leg that's behind you, try to get that down farther. Tendency is to want to lean to the side. The back knee can maybe bend and reach back and find the ankle. How's this pose feeling? It's to me, it's a love-hate pose. Like I like it because I know it's gonna feel good afterwards, but right now, and then let go of the leg. Let's come down for one more slow, deep breath. And then walking those hands back under the shoulders. We'll come out of that completely, step back to downward facing dog. That foot that was just forward, that leg, let's lift it again, giving it a little shake out. You might get a pop or so here and there. And then take both feet down, bend the knees, place them on the floor. Child's pose. Big toes touch, sit back on the heels and extend and reach the arms forward. And rolling yourself up so you're sitting on your heels. Let's then take the legs around to the front of the mat. Feet together, knees open, bound angle. Just getting more into these hips, doing some back and forth. So we did pigeon pose. Bound angle is a great post pigeon pose. Lift up, inhale, grab the feet, hug the elbows towards your torso. Then shift forward, lean forward, elbows press down on your thighs. And take your nose towards the top of the mat rather than to your toes or beyond the front of the mat. And then lift back up. Draw those knees together. Sit up tall, give it a nice and lower shoulders. Feet go hip distance. Knees still bent. Hands then go behind you, fingers towards the toes or towards the outside of the mat. Press into the hands and the feet. If it bothers the wrist at all, just stay with the bottom on the floor. Otherwise, we lift, press, hips to towards level with the shoulders and knees. Reverse tabletop. Good, and slowly sit back down. Feet together, hands behind your thighs, sit tall, lean back. Hold it, 45-degree angle, lift the toes. You can keep the hands where they are or reach them forward. Boat pose or Navasana will take about 3 deep breaths longer. Hopefully I'm not one of those yoga teachers who slows down the hard breaths counts. Like, okay, 3 more breaths. And this is 1. And lower back down. Okay, let's do reverse tabletop again. We're going to repeat that little series, those 2 poses. Press down into the feet and the hands, lift the hips. Good, and lower back down. One more time in boat pose, feet together, hands to the back of the legs, lean back, lift up. Reach forward, or keep the hands on the knees or thighs. How about a little lift? Let's go. And then we place it back down. And without lifting to reverse tabletop, just lift through the body. And then bring the feet to the top of the mat. We're going to roll down towards our back. So we want to make sure there's space on our mats to roll. Reach forward, roll it down slowly. Trying to slow down that little drop points of that middle back. Yeah. And then on your back, you're going to hug your knees in and gently rock it side to side. Make circles in your lower back. And place your right foot down on the floor. Left leg will straighten towards the sky. You can pull that right leg, the top leg, just pick a side. That straight leg, pull it towards the upper body. And it's like the bottom leg, the foot that's on the floor, try to extend it forward and place the heel down, straighten the leg, flex the foot, keep it active. And the leg that's up in the sky, let's take it across the body. So use your opposite hand to draw down towards the opposite side for a twist. You can lift up that bottom hip to help tuck it under for the twist. See if we can keep a straight leg. However, the bent knee is a great option. Lots of good variations for reclined spinal twists here. And bring the leg back up to the top, straight leg. Or straighten it when you get there. And use your hands to pull that top leg a little closer to the upper body for one more hamstring stretch. Good. And then switch it. Bend that top leg, or for me it was the right leg, so bend that top leg, bring the opposite leg straight up. Pull it in towards your upper body, feeling this side. And then the bottom leg, that base foot, extends forward, straighten the leg. And then keeping the head and the shoulders heavy, we'll take the upper leg across the body. You can tuck that hip underneath to help that twist. You can grab the toe or big toe if you want to reach for it. Otherwise, hand places on the ankle or the knee. Both shoulders anchored to the floor. Look away and look with your gaze away from the legs. And lift the leg back up to the top. Keep both legs straight. That top leg you pull back just a bit farther. Then bend both knees, hug them towards the upper body. Place both feet down with bent knees. Bridge pose. Press down into the feet, palms down also next to the feet. Lift those hips. Squeeze the shoulders together. And then lower down onto that bridge pose. Let's just rock those knees side to side, taking some simple motion, movement. And we're heading towards our wonderful relaxing pose, Shavasana. So if you would like to hug the knees in once more or take any kind of other movement or class or poses that feels like a good finale for your practice, now would be that time. So happy baby pose, knee hugging pose, anything left over, shoulder stand, legs up the wall. Take a minute there. And as you start to feel complete and ready to head to Shavasana or mindful relaxation, when you simply come down. This morning's intention for my morning practice was slowing down to wake up. What does that mean? Sometimes doing things a little slower and with more awareness can help us really open up to see what is actually there. So let's spend this time slowing down so that we may wake up or come back refreshed and ready to see the world in a new light. So lie down or find a comfortable position where you can surrender, slow down, and be right here for a few nice minutes. Start to slowly take a deep breath in. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring some energy back to the body, thoughts back to the mind. And give yourself a big stretch, reaching back, finding length, finding openness. And bending your knees, let's roll onto your side for that safe and gentle way to journey back up to a seated pose. So when you feel ready to do that, gently press back up. We'll conclude and finish our practice together. All right, so let's take the hands, palms face up, wrists to the back of the knees, sit up a little taller, and then feel yourself also getting heavier in a good way. Sitting up tall, reach those hands up, circle them up, sealing all that goodness in, drawing that light towards the hearts, hands to the hearts. One more deep breath. Inhale, hands to heart center. And let it go. Exhale. Thank you so much for showing up to your practice today. I know by doing this, we will make the world, if not ourselves, a more calm and peaceful and loving being. Thank you for joining. Namaste. Welcome back.